Hey guys, I wanted to make a quick video just to share some pretty cool, inspiring stories from today. Quick little update. I'm down here in Redding, California, and attending ministry school. Definitely been the most change that I've had in my life, and those that really know me, I've had a lot of change. Especially with my hockey career and stuff like that. I've experienced a lot of transition, new homes, moving to new cities, starting fresh ever since I was 16. And then, eventually moved to Calgary, and really that was my home for about 7 years. And then I decided to come down to Redding, California. Really just felt it in my heart that it was something that I needed to do for me to go to my next step in my growth journey with my faith. And it has been so rewarding. Um, Definitely challenging, but super rewarding. I learned a lot of lessons along the way, and I'm coming up on only about three months left of school, and really have been able to see a lot of personal growth. I've had a chance to serve in the community around here, and like today, for instance, had this uh, really cool opportunity to connect with a guy at a place called Heavenly Donuts, and had a bit of a hankering for donuts after school, so I stopped in there, and bought this guy a chocolate covered Long John, because nothing can really break the ice like that. But I noticed with him, he just, his demeanor was pretty low, and could tell that he was probably, just from the obvious, he's probably either really down on his luck or potentially even homeless. And um, ended up having just a great conversation with him. Sat down, got to hear his story, gave him a Long John, and then he really just started to open up. And little did I know that what he really needed today. He hasn't had many opportunities to really have a heart to heart with people, so I was able to do that. Just sit down, have a heart to heart. Next thing you know, he was really was just really needed some prayer. And he knew I'd kind of shared with him a little bit about my ministry school experience and stuff like that. So next thing you know, we're praying for him, and he recommitted his life to really like wanting to build a relationship with Jesus. And he knows he's been aware of Jesus and stuff like that, but I could tell that he was definitely desiring a stronger relationship with him. And he really resonated when I was explaining to him about being reborn, and about Jesus just loved people that were in loved hanging out with people that were in situations where they needed hope. And that even if they felt like what he said was broken, that's the perfect candidate for Jesus to really love somebody. And personally, some of the greatest transformations that I've saw, if not the greatest, has been from people who really get that and accept Jesus into their heart and build a relationship with him. And it's crazy to see how many people have transformed themselves through that redemptive supernatural work that takes place. Uh, it just gets me super excited. So that happened today, and then after that, had an opportunity to pray for another guy. I was over at his house. Happened to, long story, but I ended up going to this guy's house, and he had a friend there, and he needed some prayer for his hip. He was getting a hip replacement tomorrow, and it ended up, before he even told us that, I had kind of a sense that maybe he had some pain in that leg, and sure enough, prayed for him, and he got healed. I don't know to what extent. He'll know tomorrow when he goes to the hospital, but he definitely said he was feeling much better. There's no really discomfort, and he'd had discomfort quite a bit of the time. So that was super cool. And that's what happens. It's I don't know exactly how it works, but I know that Jesus still very much heals today, and it's part of what he does. How he shows up and wants to make people whole in every area of their life. So that was super cool. Heard some really cool stories today at school about people getting like documented medical healings in cancer and all kinds of different diseases and ailments, and documented kind of things, like not just off someone's testimony or word of mouth, but they actually go back to the doctor, and the doctor can't explain it, and they get a doctor's note. So really, or a doctor's write up about it. Yeah, so super cool stuff like that. And yeah, so all this to say, I wanted to give you guys the update, and I wanted to share a little bit of this really cool things that happened today. And then also, really it's coming close here now to February 22nd, and that's the deadline for my Croatia missions trip. And all this kind of stuff, I love doing it on a everyday basis. That's just a lifestyle that I've really chosen to. It's just something I've chosen to build into my lifestyle, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to going down to Croatia and be able to be super intentional in helping people understand some of the stuff that I shared with you guys today. We're going to be helping business leaders down there. We're going to be working with local churches, and then as well as just going out on the streets and having conversations with people, getting to know the culture, and then giving people a ton of encouragement and a ton of hope. I'm going to be going down into the red light district where a lot of the prostitutes hang out, and I'm going to be having great conversations with them and have a really cool way to encourage them and bring them hope, and ideally potentially plant some seeds that might change their life and change the direction of the decisions that they're making to date. And sometimes you just need that little extra encouragement, like that gentleman did today. So if you guys want to sew into that, I only have $275 left, and then the entire trip is covered. So that would be an incredible blessing. If you wanted to do that, I'll post the link below. And anyways, I hope that quick little update there, and those really cool stories was able to inspire you, and potentially, if anything else, take the time to stop for people that look like they need just a little bit of extra conversation or a helping hand. You just never know where that conversation might go. So anyways, love you guys. Talk to you later.